AITA for refusing to pay for her hotel room? I rent out the spare bedroom in my house for $800 a month. Market rate in my area. I don't know my roommate very well, but we work for the same company. I work early mornings and she works late evenings. So we're often ships passing in the night. On Friday my hot water heater broke. The home warranty guys said they couldn't get anyone out until Monday morning. It's hot as balls right now, so I wasn't too upset. A few cold showers won't kill anyone. I texted my tenant, hot water is out until Monday, and she responded thumbs up. I didn't see her all weekend, which is normal. As I said, the guy got here at 8 a.m. to fix the heater. When he was done I texted her to let her know the hot water was back on. She hits me with this gem. My hotel bill was $250. Do you want to reimburse me now or deduct it from next month's rent? Quote. I stared at the text for a good while. I didn't even know she was gone. She got a hotel room just for hot water? That's so extra. She could have showered at work. But she got a hotel room? I texted, hey, I didn't know you left. Rent is still due in full on the 1st of the month, regardless of if you choose to sleep elsewhere for a weekend. She texted me back, there was no water. I couldn't stay there. You're my landlord and have to provide me with livable accommodations. I texted back, there was water. Just not hot. If it was winter, you might have a point. Rent is still due in full. Failure to pay rent will result in me filing with the court, which will impact your credit. She stopped responding. I texted a friend who said I was way too harsh and should have just countered with a $50 discount for those 2 days or something. Which, sure, if she'd asked for a $50 reduction that would have been reasonable. But I'm not paying for her hotel and the audacity of her to ask me pisses me off. But I know jumping to talking about filing a 30 days was a bit dramatic. Was I Info. What do the renters laws in your area say about this situation? You are a landlord and you are subject to those laws whether you like it or not. Whether you have a formal lease or not. NTA. So many people are forgetting that most municipalities include a reasonable amount of time to repair a habitability issue. The next business day would absolutely be found inside those parameters. I wonder if some dumb friend gassed them up thinking they could get a free hotel for the weekend. My uncle is a lawyer and he said, you don't mind a cold shower. That's fine. But you suck for assuming your tenant feels the same way. She sucks for being passive-aggressive about the $250. Both of you need to communicate better and compromise. Not having hot water is what's called a habitability violation. In my state, the landlord would owe the tenant a discount in the form of pro-rated rent. In your case that would come to $26.67 per day. The water heater was out of commission. Assuming a 30-day month. You need to learn your responsibility as a landlord. She needs to talk to you before expecting reimbursement for a hotel. You both need to learn to communicate. NTA. She should have had that discussion with you before booking a hotel room. Though you should check what your responsibilities are as a landlord in your area. NTA. Everyone's saying YTA would be right if you didn't immediately take action to fix the issue. You literally got it fixed as soon as possible. If the tenant had talked to you about the hotel, she would have a case. But she didn't. If something breaks, the landlord has to fix it. You did get it fixed, so you're in the clear. Edit. Formatting. Edit again. And added judgment, put spaces between Y, T, and A. Edit 3. You were a little harsh with your answer. Edit 4. People are acting like this is way worse than it is. Something broke and you fixed it ASAP. I've never heard of a landlord giving tenants a hotel when the hot water heater goes out. I rent from Progress Residential. They're a national rental company. My AC broke last summer and this summer, and you know what they did? After I let them know, they took 2 weeks to come look at it, charged me $75, and then told me not to use the AC for the next couple of days, and then they would come back. It was 95 degrees and up both times. And they came back and barely did anything, and it broke again this year, haha. Up literally did the most possible. NTA. That is something that should have been discussed prior to her getting a hotel room. She should not have assumed or expected it. Also, I agree with you that if it was winter it would be a different story. Your delivery was direct and reasonable.
AITA.
Info. It obviously depends where you live because laws differ by location. Where I live, there are many things that could make a home legally uninhabitable, one of which is hot water. And if there is no hot water, the landlord is legally required to either pay for the tenant's temporary relocation or to not require rent for the days it is uninhabitable. This actually happened to me at the beginning of the year, and my landlord gave me a discount on the next month's rent to account for not paying rent the week we had no hot water or heat. Should your tenant have talked to you about it beforehand? Yeah, probably. But she's the tenant, and, assuming your laws are at all similar to mine, then she made a reasonable assumption and you do owe her money even if it's the discounted rent, instead of paying the hotel bill. She is asking for hotel reimbursement. That's too much. A better choice would be to prorate the rent by the number of days full utilities were not provided. Take those days out of the monthly rent. She chose to go to the hotel. That's on her. You can't expect full payment when full utilities were not provided. Hot water is one of those.
Info. What does the law say?
It's hard to say without knowing what tenants' rights are in your area. NTA for not wanting to pay for the hotel she stayed in without consulting you and without any agreement for you to do so. I agree with your friend that you should compromise and discount her rent prorated for the 2 days she wasn't there. $800 divided by 30 days is $26.66 per day, so if you tell her you will discount her rent by $52 for the 2 days she chose not to stay due to no hot water, tell her this is a one-time discount and that in the future you will not discount or pay for hotel room without prior discussion and agreement. This way she can't randomly decide she doesn't have to pay rent if she goes away for a week. I wouldn't have gotten a hotel room because of no hot water for 2 days, but a lot of people expect to have everything functional if they are paying rent. NTA. But in many places hot water is required for it to be livable. See the following. https://www.nolo.com/legal-encyclopedia/free-books/renters-rights-book/chapter7-2.html or https://occl.illinois.edu/rights-and-responsibilities/rights/. That said, you acted in a reasonable time frame to rectify it. So I don't know what she was expecting. Also, the roommate should have had a conversation with you instead of just getting a hotel room and assuming that was the solution. NTA. She had running water and access to a stove that she could boil water on if really needed. Divide the rent by 30 days. Then take off half from 2 days' worth. About $26 total because everything else was working. I think that would be fair for a minor inconvenience. YTA. If you have a roommate, tenant who is a good fit for your lifestyle, you should knock the $250 off the next month's rent and call it a day. She has the right to a comfortable showering, bathing situation. Just because you don't mind a cold or public showers doesn't mean she should have to deal with it. She is a whole adult who doesn't need someone dictating shower, bathing options when she is paying $800 a month to rent a room. And she shouldn't have to deal with cold showers for 3 days or public showers just because a few cold showers won't kill anyone. You should have paid the extra and got emergency service on your water heater. You can try to evict her, but if she fights you in court, you might lose and you might even end up paying her more than the $250 she's asking for. NTA. She should have talked to you first instead of assuming you'd pay for a hotel. It would be different if it were freezing weather. But a cold shower during a hot summer isn't that bad. NTA. Anywhere you live, power will go out because of downed lines. A break in the water line can happen. The street might get closed off. No hot water for a couple of days is just part of life. As the landlord, you're responsible for taking reasonable steps when something goes wrong. You did that. Info. It depends on the rental laws in your state, city, and the terms of your lease agreement. I cannot give you an answer. Info. What state location are you in? You keep saying that hot water is not part of a livable space under local law, but you aren't citing any actual legal code when you do so, just claiming it isn't.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.